Yeah. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ashish. Yeah. So, but Ashish, the lecture notes would be immediately available. I try to make sure that the lecture notes are sort of available within
Yes,
5
ma'am.
minutes of the class
I
ended. Yeah.
downloaded the exam, yeah, the notes,
Yes.
but
But see,
through
the
the
video,
notes it was
the video is not in my hands. Somebody else
okay,
does
ma'am.
it. Yeah. So that's the reason it takes time. Yeah. All right. I'll try to do faster, meaning I'll try to request the team to sort of get it done faster. Yeah.
I'm also if it's on Monday always the assignment deadline is always on Monday, then we can do it on weekends.
Right, right. But you do get one weekend. You know, I typically post the assignment on Friday evening or Friday night, and the
Okay,
submission
ma'am.
is on next Saturday, right? So you anyways get one weekend, but
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
right, it's always the case. Yeah, I always make sure that you get one weekend. So you always get 8 to 9 days to work on it. But let me see. Let me see. If this is a general concern, we'll try to sort it out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. See, because the thing is that if you had all turned in the assignment one on time, you would have had your sort of assignment one graded by now. But since that was late, so the grading is late. Anyways, we'll see. Anything else? This was Ashish's concern. Anything else? Any other
No, ma'am.
question? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Ashish. How
Ma'am, I
many of
have
you?
a doubt.
Tell me, tell me.
In assignment question number 5,
Assignment 2 or assignment 1? Which one are you talking?
assignment, assignment.
2.
Yes,
Sorry,
ma'am.
2. Huh?
Assignment. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me just open that assignment 2. Just a minute. Huh? So I don't remember on top of my head which one is it. So let me sort of share screen and open assignment 2. Yeah, so entire screen, share. Yeah, so now I think the screen is sharing and assignment 2. Where is it? Here. And let me zoom out. Yes. So you said question number 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. So do you all see assignment 2 on your screen now? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Tell me. So tell me.
So,
What
ma'am,
is that you want? Yeah, Vivek. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
while finding the epsilon neighborhood, is it we have to consider the case like epsilon less than 1 and epsilon greater than 1?
It makes sense, right? In this example, depending on whether epsilon is less than 1 or greater than 1, the neighborhoods change, right? And it's not much work. So please do that,
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
right? It's not much work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? All right. So I believe problems 1 to 4 are okay with everybody.
I had a small doubt in fourth part of problem.
Okay, go ahead, tell me. So who is this? Let me see your name. So this is Ayush Gupta. Okay. Tell me, Ayush.
For the fourth part, that is D4.
Can you be a bit louder? I have to really
Sorry,
concentrate. See, the volume at my end is the maximum. Tell me, Ayush. For the
is it
fourth
fine?
part, yeah, better. Yeah, better. Tell me, Ayush.
For the fourth part, I am unable to prove the triangle inequality. Like I am
Okay, so
unable to find a counter example as well, and I'm unable to prove it generally for X, Y, and Z.
the triangle inequality part. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Uh, so my suggestion would be try a little bit more. You know, this is not difficult. You should be able to figure it out. Yeah, this is not difficult. All you have to do is try to put. So write down first the triangle inequality that you have been doing forever, that the absolute value of x minus y is less than equal to the absolute value of y minus z plus the absolute value of z minus x. Yeah, and try to sort of play around with it. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, try a little bit.
And I had another doubt.
Tell me.
It is in question number 6, part 2. So I
Okay.
just wanted to confirm.
Hmm.
Can we just say, like, would it be enough to say that problem 2, 6 part 2 reduces to the part 1?
Hmm.
Like, would that be enough to say and just say that
See, how do you
that
say it reduces to part 1? In what sense?
I found the distance I found the distance, it was coming out to be the same as it was in sixth part 1. Like,
So
y
what do
plays
you
more role
want?
in it
So
because
why do
y
you say the distance comes out to be same? Because the metric in so in problem 2 we are talking about the distance function d, which is on R2, yeah, and problem 1 is about R. Your end of it may look like same, but meaning to my mind they are two different questions. See, because we are in R2 space R2 in problem 6 part 2, isn't it? So the neighborhoods are different. What do you mean by a limit point of a set E? So you have to find a point X is said to be a limit point of a set E if every neighborhood of X contains a point of E different from X. Yeah, so the neighborhoods here are different in 6 part 2 than the neighborhoods in, for example, part 1. Why? Because the set is different, the metric function is different, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, going by just the definition, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But my
Yeah.
concern is, yeah,
So whatever
but
you have in your mind, please write it down. And yeah. Anything else that you want to say? Tell me.
ma'am, I just wanted to say this that um, I am getting a neighborhood of such form, like x comma y belongs to r square, such
Hmm.
that x belongs to x naught minus epsilon comma x naught plus epsilon, where x naught
So why don't
comma,
you share your screen, Ayush? You have written this down somewhere.
yes, ma'am, I've written
Yeah.
it down.
So try that. No, try sharing your screen. So let me see. I'll stop sharing my screen. So I think then it will work. Just a minute. Give me a minute. Let's try this. So stop sharing. I have stopped sharing my screen. So please try, Ayush, now. Do you know where do you have to click at your end?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Is my screen visible now?
Yes, I can see your, I don't know. Yeah, some PDF file you're trying to open.
Yes, ma'am.
It's loading at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Nice. If you can zoom out a little bit more, that'll be nice. Very nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
So
So
when so this is a general question. So when I share screen, is this the maximum size that you see at your end? Or you see a bigger size? I don't know. I'm asking. On the video, it looks little different.
This much only, ma'am.
This much only? Yeah, poor things. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. How do I do? But in the video, it looks little different. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead, Aish.
yeah,
So you wanted to say that?
the distance comes out to be this, if you can see my cursor.
So I can't, I can see your cursor, but let me see what you have written. So D is given by this. So E is this. Clearly yi equal to 1 for all I which such that xi yi belongs to the set E by definition. And xi equal to I. What does that mean? Anyways. xi equal to I for all I such that xi yi belongs to E. Pata nahi kya hai. What is this? So D of xi yi xj yj is this supremum of I minus j. Okay. Yeah. Can you please scroll down a little bit? Okay. So what are you trying to say? So let x naught y naught is in R2, then the epsilon neighborhood of x naught y naught is given by. See, this statement does not make sense. See, when you say epsilon neighborhood of x naught y naught is given by this, okay, you have written x y. Yeah, no, it's correct. Sorry. So x y is in R2. There's no condition on the y variable, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's no condition. Okay. So then what happens? Yeah. So this seems okay so far, and the rest of you, I would sort of leave it for you to figure out. So far it looks okay, but please don't sort of leave it as a statement saying that it follows from part one. It's difficult to understand what are you trying to say. So whatever you have written up till this point seems fine, and beyond that, meaning you are on the right track, you can work it out.
All right.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Ayush. Okay, all right. Any other student has any other concern? So Ayush, maybe now you can stop sharing your screen so that somebody else can do it.
I did stop sharing. Is my screen?
Yeah, thank you, Ayush. Yeah, I think there's a lag. Yeah, thank you so much. Anybody else has any other question, comment?
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Tell me, Kritika.
Ma'am, for the discrete matrix case, could you
Yes.
please show once how to find the epsilon neighborhood and limit points?
Okay. So is there a question of the same thing? So you're saying problem 11, is it? Oh, it's a general concern. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you gave it as an exercise on last day.
Oh, I leave it as an exercise. Just a minute. Let me sort of share my screen. Let's see. So I will try to share my screen if this is a general concern with everybody. Where is it? So it's desktop, share. Yes. Okay. So, see, the question is examples on the discrete matrix, right? Do you see a blank page?
Yes, ma'am.
Example. So X is any set and D is the discrete matrix. Right? So let's remind ourselves what is the definition of discrete matrix. The discrete matrix says that if you pick any two elements in the set X, the distance is defined to be 1 if X is different from Y and 0 otherwise. Correct? Is this the definition?
Yes, ma'am, there is a slight lag.
Oh, there's a slight lag. Yeah. So the distance is 0 if the 2 points are the same, and otherwise it is 1. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in order to work out neighborhoods, let's fix a point x0 in a set X, and let's fix some positive epsilon, right? So I would look at an epsilon neighborhood of the point x0 in X. This is by definition, this is this notation, right? Sorry. So this is the metric D, and this is x0 epsilon, right? So this is by definition. Let's collect all points in X which are at a distance at most epsilon from the point x0. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now, now, so what can you say, right? Right. So clearly, the way we have described the discrete metric here. So let's look at this. Yeah. So let's look at example in the first case. Yeah. Example. Yeah. So let's take example just to sort of. So let's take epsilon to be 1/2, right? And x naught is any arbitrary point, right? So then if I ask what is the epsilon naught equal to 1/2 neighborhood of a point x naught, this is by definition all points in x such that the distance of x from x naught is at most 1/2. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So then by definition, what is it? What is it? So the discrete metric takes the value either 0 or 1. Now we want to collect all points with distance at most 1/2. So the only choice is, what is the only choice for this set? What is the only possibility?
Equals to 0.
Sorry?
Means
The distance between x and x naught has to be 0. There's no other choice. If it has to, strictly less than 1, right? And when is the distance between x and x naught 0? The only possibility is when x equals the point x naught, right? Meaning to say that this set is the singleton set x naught. Correct? Right? So if you choose epsilon equal to 1/2, the neighborhoods of the point x naught in the discrete set are singleton sets, right? Now, if I ask you what happens if, so this is epsilon equal to 1/2. Now, what happens if epsilon equal to 1? Then what happens? If epsilon equal to 1, then what happens?
and then we can have both the
So,
cases. The distance
so
can
let's
be
see.
0
Yeah,
and
let's see.
1.
So by definition, we need to collect all points in x such that the distance between x and x naught is strictly less than 1. Yeah, remember Kritika, we have to collect all points with the distance strictly less than 1, right? So then now what are the choices that we have by definition?
Then only 0.
Only 0, right? Is that
Yes.
okay? Is everybody else also with me?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yes, everybody else is, yeah. Now let's look at something which is bigger than 1. Yeah, let's look at epsilon equal to 2, for example, right? So let's look at this. So sorry, I wanted to write here 2. Yeah. So the suggestion is, Kritika, all you have to do is just write down. Nothing else.
Yes, ma'am. I wrote down, means I just wanted to be sure that.
Right? So then what do you do? What does happen then?
Then we have both the cases. Like it could be 1, it could be 0.
It could be 1, it could be 0. Then what will happen?
Means then x means the entire
Correct.
x
So
set.
what is it? So is this the entire set X? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, is that okay? Yeah, yeah, so something along that lines. Is this okay with everybody present here? So you just take examples and try to work out. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me sort of go back to the assignment. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. All right. What else do we have? So thank you, Kritika. Yeah, tell me.
I had a small doubt in question number 7, part 1. I just wanted to make
Priyanshu,
sure.
question number 7, part 1. Tell me.
Yes. Ma'am, in this it is given that the set is 1 plus m plus 1 by n.
Correct.
for all m.
Correct.
So, ma'am, here, ma'am, I already deduced that 1 by n for all n belonging to n is the set of limit points.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
ma'am, the only question I was just in a double mind that how should I present my argument? Because, ma'am, what I did was that I fixed 1 by
So
n.
Priyanshu,
I
you have written this down. You have
ma'am,
written this down.
I have written this down, but I haven't really scanned it and anything.
Okay. All right. Okay. Tell me then. Then you have to go ahead. Yeah. Tell me.
So, ma'am, what I did was I fixed 1 by n first, and then I took 1 by m. I took m to infinity.
You are
Then,
saying you
ma'am,
looked at points like 1 by m plus 1 by n naught, where n naught is fixed. Right?
fixed. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And m
Okay.
tends to infinity.
So let me write
So,
down, since you have not, meaning I'll sort of write it down so that I sort of know where are we going, right? So which problem was this? Can you remind me the question number?
Question number 7, part 1.
Question number 7, part 1. So E is the set 1 by m plus 1 by n, m, n, m, n. So you are saying you fixed n naught, one natural number, consider 1 by m plus, go ahead, what is that, what you want to say?
And m tends to infinity.
Okay. All right. So we don't know as this, I don't know the meaning of this statement as yet. We have not talked about it, but okay, I'll just hear what you have.
Ma'am, so what I did was, ma'am,
Okay.
as m tends to infinity, then 1 by m will give me an infinitesimal quantity. That is a very, very small quantity. Hence, we know that in the neighborhood of 1 by n naught, there would be infinitely many quantities. And according to the limit point, according to the definition of limit point, 1 by n naught would be a limit point. I just don't know whether this is a valid argument or not.
See, any argument that you give and you are able to substantiate it with a logical statement, that is fine. So for the benefit of those, so see, I would not sort of appeal to this, this only because I have not used, we have not talked about limits and infinitesimal limits in the class as yet. Yeah, we will do that. But I think one can do this problem without appealing to infinitesimal limits as well. Yeah, so you consider points like 1 plus m plus 1 by n naught, and and allow little m to vary in n, right? So now instead of having two variables m and n, you have just one variable, right? So you know how to compute limits, right? We have worked out examples like this, right? So you find the limit point of this set just by the definition. See, to my mind, the difficult part in this question is to sort of, the hard work is to require to show these are all the limit points and there is nothing else.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's, see, in order to show that this is the set of limit, meaning these are all the limits points, it is nice, but the hard part is show that there are no limit points besides what you are trying to say. So yes, try around a little bit, you are on the right track. Yeah, so the intention, motive of this problem is to make sure that all of you sort of write down, explore a little bit, and yeah, try to get to the shore. But you are on the right track. Yeah, you are on the right track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you feel comfortable that you have seen infinitesimal limits and you can provide an argument using that, there is no problem. Go ahead. But all I want to say is that one can do this problem without using all this jargon also. Yes? With whatever sort of we have discussed in class, one should be able to sort of solve this problem, which is also okay. But if you want to use limits or anything else, that is also okay, as long as you are sort of able to provide a reasoning to your statement and you know what you are trying to do. Yeah.
Ma'am, just to think straight right now, can we use Archimedean property? Because I think
Yes,
that.
Archimedean property is the way to go about it. Yes. See,
Okay.
how do you say that something is a limit point of a set like this, 1 by m plus 1 by n naught? You have to use Archimedean property.
Okay.
That's the
Thank
only
you.
thing sort of we have learned so far. Yeah. There are only two things that we have learned, sort of completeness property and the Archimedean property. Everything that we have been doing so far is just based on these two things. Yes. That is one way to go about it. Yeah. Great. All right. Any other question? Okay, let me see how many of you are here today. 29. Okay. Any other question? So have you been able to try all the problems as yet or not yet? In particular, I would be interested in knowing if you have all been able to sort of look at the reading assignment from Bartley and Shepard's book. Problem 1 in this assignment 2?
No, ma'am.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Yeah, please do that. And any questions, please ask.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, because we will assume that this is being done, right? Please don't ignore the reading assignment problem 1 from the assignment number 1 from this assignment. Yeah. So any other question?
Ma'am, could you just explain the question number 5? What kind of neighborhoods are we supposed to write?
See, first thing is that, so what is it? The question number 5 is the metric induced. So let me go. So this is Aman, is it? Aman, you are asking this question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. So what is it? The metric induced on the set of integers by the Euclidean metric. Okay. So all you have to do is again, just write down the definition. So let's just let's see, because another student also asked the same question. So looks like there is a general trend. So question number 5, this is.
A hint would suffice, ma'am. Just
Yeah, so
explain.
this is question set, right? So you're looking at the set of integers and you're looking at the induced metric from the Euclidean space, right? So what you're trying to say is that the set of integers is sitting inside the set of real numbers. There is a Euclidean metric that we have defined here. And now I am considering the set of integers with the same metric, right? So which means that for x, y in the set of integers, I am defining the distance between two integers as, sorry, there's no curly bracket required here. The distance between two integers is defined as the absolute value of x minus y, right? Yes. And now the question is to define, describe the neighborhoods, right? So how do you describe neighborhood? So you fix a point, so you fix an integer, call it x naught, and fix epsilon positive. So then by definition, the epsilon neighborhood of the point x naught is given by, how do you this? So this is, all you do is just write down the definition. So you collect all points in the set of integers such that the distance is strictly less than epsilon, right? Now, what is the definition of D in this example? So this is the absolute value of x minus x naught less than epsilon, right? So what is this? This is, you collect all integers in the open interval around x naught of length epsilon. Isn't it? Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now you take different values of epsilon and see what it works out. So to begin with, you take epsilon equal to, something less than 1. Then you take epsilon equal. So if you take
That
epsilon.
is the question, ma'am. Are we supposed to take different values of epsilon
Correct,
and
correct.
then?
Yes, you are.
Okay, ma'am. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, okay. Any other question? So basically, actually, there is only one question where you have to work out limit points. Maybe one needs a little more practice on that, right? I'll keep this in mind, and in the next assignment, I will sort of try to put 1 or 2 more questions where we have to find limit points. The more examples that you work out, the more comfortable you become with this concept. Any other question?
Ma'am, when will be the assignment when checked by?
See, assignment 1 was meaning. See, some of you still uploaded the assignment 1 on Monday evening, right? So we are working on grading it. I hope to be done by, let's say, next Monday. Well before that, I'll try to be done well before that. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see the grade on Moodle. Yeah. So if not next Monday, certainly by next Thursday. In a week's
Okay,
time.
ma'am.
Yeah, we'll try. I'll quickly post it. Okay, so there are no further questions is what I am getting to here, is it? So here are some questions that I wanted to ask you. So is the speed of the lectures okay, or is it very slow, very boring? Then we can pick up a little bit of speed.
It is all right by now.
Okay, but is it too fast
It's okay.
for some people? Then also I would like to get your feedback. See, end of the semester, if you tell me that this was so slow, then it doesn't help anybody. You have to give feedback at the right time. Is it too slow for somebody or too fast for some people?
No, ma'am.
It's okay.
It's okay. So have you seen these
It is
concepts
all right.
before about limit points? These concepts must be new to some people, at least in the class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so it's better to then go slow because when you see it for the first time, there is some notation also thrown in at you and some new things. So it's better to go slow, in my opinion. Any point of time you feel like this is going very slow or very fast and you are not able to grasp the material, please let me know. As I told you before, in face-to-face physical class, I get to see your faces and I get some feedback even without the student saying anything. Here, I have to rely on you have to tell me. Please help me out. Yeah. And the second question I wanted to ask you, so is the level of assignment okay, or this is too easy, too tough for you, meaning general, for a generic student?
It is all right.
It is
Not
always
too much. Not too much and not too easy. Medium.
okay. So is this the general opinion of the class? Feel
Yes.
free.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not going to sort of feel like you for this.
Ma'am, it is a bit.
Tell me.
It is a bit too lengthy.
Bit too lengthy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It is lengthy because there are a lot of questions, ma'am. Lot of question.
There are actually only 12 problems.
But
Okay.
it works for us.
Okay. So each instructor must be throwing an assignment to you and a week to work on it. Is that the thing that you are doing here?
Yes, ma'am. More or less.
Yes.
More or less. Okay. Okay. So I'll keep your feedback in mind. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. See, but my only thing is that see in the current circumstances, I believe you all of you are spending a lot of time staring at screens. All your lectures are this way, assignments are posted like this, and everything, videos and books and all this, it's all in material. If you have to sort of make useful you have to learn something from this course or be it any other course, you have to pick up a pen and a paper and write. Assignments make you do that. Yeah. See, in the lecture you may just ignore the exercises I leave open. Yeah. I leave for you to work. So see, the only point of assignment is that you try to sort of figure out for yourself by writing down the solutions. And the more practice that you do, the faster you learn concepts. Yeah. Okay, but I will still keep this in mind that you are finding these assignments too lengthy for a week's time. Yeah, I will keep that in mind. Thank you so much for your feedback. Okay, so are there any further questions?
Ma'am, can I make a suggestion?
Tell me.
Ma'am, when the assignment is due by 2 p.m., could you make it a day early or the whole day? Because in between the day at 2 p.m., it feels like we have the whole day, but it isn't. So
Okay, so
it
I will
creates
make
a problem.
it either 9 a.m. in the morning, the suggestion is, or 9
Yeah,
p.m. in the night. Okay, I will do that.
yeah. That.
Okay, so for the benefit of
9
everybody, I'll make it 9 p.m. night. Yeah, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, is that okay? All right. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. See, this is new for me also. I'm also doing this, online submission of assignment for the first time. So any feedback is very useful. Yeah, it helps everybody. I will do that. Yeah, I'll set it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Ma'am, this is not exactly about the assignment, but
Huh.
there was an issue. Actually, we are having our undergrad exams on the first 2 weeks of October, which is clashing with the mid-sem dates according to the academic calendar. So, what
Okay.
should we do?
See, as of now, there is no clarity about the midsem exams from the institute. So, as and when that happens, closer to the date, we will take a call. Yeah, is that okay? But is everybody in this class writing exams in the first
Yes.
2 weeks of October, or is it university to
Ma'am,
university?
ma'am, only West Bengal, means Calcutta University.
Only Calcutta University. Yeah. So see, so October first week, we will take a call around September end. Yeah. So there's no clarity as from IIT Bombay as of now about how is the midterm exam to be conducted in online mode and things like that. Right. So as we know from the institute, meaning as I get to know, we will take a call. Don't worry. We will work it out. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah, but for your university, do you already have some clarity from the university that the exam is going to be a physical exam or it's an
Ma'am,
online exam?
online.
Online exam. So that is clear. Yeah. So it is sort of 3 hours and something like that, or that has not been clarified.
No, ma'am, it's an online exam. We have a day for it, hopefully, but we do not know. Means the exam duty has been left on the colleges. Now, how they're gonna execute it,
Okay.
we are not very sure
The
about that.
exact, the modalities have not been clarified. Okay. So, in the closer to the date, you will also know, you will also be in a better situation to tell me what is your exam going to be like, in the sense that how many hours will you be sort of physically unavailable, and what is going to happen here also. We will work it out. Don't worry. Yeah. This is with everybody, so we will see what can be done to help you out. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if there are no further questions, then maybe we will close this session. I'll be waiting for 5 more minutes if there are any further questions or not. And then otherwise, we will close this session and meet at 2 p.m. this afternoon. See, tutorials are a forum. Go ahead.
Ma'am, I have a question that
Niladri, yeah, tell me.
yeah, is there a number of rational numbers between two real numbers, or there would be a single rational number? I mean, is it possible that in between two particular real numbers there will be exactly one rational number?
Let's see the question. Let me try to understand your question. So here is a concern, right? So we discussed this, that given x and y, two real numbers, there exists a rational number. I'm labeling it by t, such that t sits between x and y. Now what you are asking is that is t unique? Is that what you're trying to say? Or you're trying to say?
Yes. That means is there t will be the only rational number between x and y, or there will be another rational number? That means at least one rational numbers between x and y.
No, there is. So the statement as we proved in the class was this, that given any two real numbers, there is at least one rational number between x and y. Yeah. And there is no uniqueness to this statement, because you can apply this argument again now to x and t. So given x and t, so t is a rational number, but t is also real, right? So given x and t, which are real numbers, so now let me write it down. So given x and t, which are real numbers, by the same statement, there exists t1, another rational number, such that x is sitting between t1. So x is t1 is sitting between x and t. Yeah. So t1 by construction is different from t. So now you have two rational numbers, t1 and t, sitting between x and y. Isn't it? Yes. So there is no uniqueness to this statement. There is not a unique rational number. There exists at least one, and you can sort of bootstrap this argument to get hold of many rational numbers sitting between x and y.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
actually, I needed this for the question number, I guess 11. 10 actually.
So let me see what is question number 10.
I think I need this in the
The
question
set of
number
limit
10.
points. Yeah, you may be trying whatever. Anything is fine. Yeah, anything is fine. But your the question that you raised here, is that okay? Do you sort of get it now? Yeah, there's no uniqueness statement. All it's saying is there exists one, and you can sort of iterate that argument to say that there are many rational numbers between two real numbers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Good. All right. So is that all, Niladri? Any other question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so I think we will close this meeting now and meet again at 2 p.m. this afternoon. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and take care. Bye-bye.
Ma'am, hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, we at BHU are
Aman.
having our
Ah,
yes, ma'am. We
ah.
at BHU we are having our exams from this month, 10th September to
Okay.
22nd September.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, so, all right. How many of you are there from BHU?
Ma'am, 5.
5 of you. Okay. So you are having daily exams, is it?
Ma'am, 1 day with 1 or 2 day gap.
Okay. So and so these are online exams, or you are
Yes, ma'am.
supposed to
Online
go
exam.
there online exam?
Yes,
Okay. So do you know how many hours of exam is this?
ma'am. 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
Yes.
So Aman, I will. I don't know what is to be done as of now. I will get back to you on this. Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am,
I don't know what is the institute policy. I will get back to you. Yeah.
ma'am,
Yeah. Yeah.
till now it is showing that it's tentative dates, so we
Okay.
are also not confirmed. Ma'am.
So
You-
keep me posted. Keep me posted of any developments that you hear from your university.
okay.
Yeah, is that okay? And I will also try to figure out that what is to be done.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But try not to worry. Yeah, you'll be
Okay.
fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you are welcome.